So you're sitting in a comfortable cross-legged seat and allow yourself to arrive here. Do what you need to do. Little wrist circles, shoulder rolls, neck rolls, just taking a couple moments here to settle. You might do a seated cat-cow, moving your spine forward and back. That can feel good. Those are just suggestions if you need to move. And then eventually just take this time, the next several breaths, in stillness. Feel your sit bones, feel what you're sitting on. Spread open the bones of your feet. You can have your eyes closed or your gaze soft in front of you. Lengthen your spine, sitting up a little bit taller with every breath. And explore expanding your rib cage, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth or through your nose. Find out what's going to serve you today. When you breathe out through your mouth, it can feel very soothing to the nervous system. Lengthen out your exhale. All right, open your eyes. Stack your left knee on top of your right, and if it works for you to have your feet back here, great. If not, you can extend the bottom leg out. You can also sit up on a blanket or a block. For today, you do need a block and maybe a blanket. Strap if you have tight shoulders. Relax your arms by your side. Let's start with a shoulder shrug here. Take a deep inhale into your upper back. Hold that breath, take your shoulders up. Move your shoulders straight back, squeeze the shoulder blades together and draw them down. Inhale into your upper back. Move your shoulder blades straight back, together and down. Bend your elbows, inhale into upper back. Exhale, send the bottom tips of the shoulder blades together and draw down. All right, now take your left hand straight out, reach your right arm up, and exhale into a side bend. So I'm not mirroring you, so don't get confused. Your right arm is up by your ear, and then relax your left shoulder down away from your ear. Wrap the right shoulder blade, and then breathe into your rib cage with your head heavy, your neck relaxed. Feel for expanding your ribs. And you can open up the bones of your feet. So you're in this position, it's a hip opening position, just to add a little different way to sit today. And then on your next exhale, take your top arm and reach it back, come into a neck release here. So in neck release, you can let your head hang to the side, or you might choose to turn and look down and feel what you get the better stretch from. And you might move your head like I'm doing to find that. And you can also just relax your jaw, let your mouth go slack. And breathe into the right side, right shoulder. And then come on up. You're going to pick your head up. And we'll change the cross of the legs. Bring the right knee on top. And we'll start with shoulder shrugs. Relax your arms by your side. Inhale into your upper back. Hold that breath. Take the shoulders up. Move the shoulders straight back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and draw down. Inhale into your upper back. Exhale, move the middle border of the shoulder blades together and down. Bend your elbows. Inhale into upper back. Exhale, send the bottom tips of the shoulder blades and the elbow tips towards each other. Squeeze together and draw down. Now coming into your side bend, take the right hand out, inhale your left arm up and over, draw the shoulders down away from your ears, and relax your neck, let your head hang. So stay here and feel into your left ribs. On your exhale, move your top arm, reach it to the left and go into your neck release. Shoulders relaxed, jaw relaxed. Can you feel for lifting your chest and your heart and drawing the shoulders down? So your upper back muscles are working to drag the shoulders away from the ears. You get longer. Your core is turned on, so you're not slouched. The chest is lifted. And then your head and your neck are relaxed. The head is heavy. And inhale to come up. Pick your heavy head up. And let's go forward to all fours. You'll come into cat-cow. You can pad your knees. Spread your hands wide. Press into your hands and your shins and arch your spine, and then start to move in all directions. You might enjoy some wrist stretches here. Turn your fingertips to point back towards your knees. You might lean back, tuck the toes under, relax your neck. I'm just going to make sure that no one's trying to come into the Zoom at this moment. Great. I had a weird Zoom snafu today, so just double checking on that. All right, bring your right foot forward between your hands and move forward and back, just warming up the lower back and the hamstring. All right, up on the fingertips, tuck the toes, reach back. And draw your arm bones back, send your chest forward. Pull the lower belly in so you feel one long line of your spine and you're reaching strongly back through the heel like it's an extension of your spine. And the left hand down and the right arm up, take a twist. Draw the shoulders down, open up the chest and the heart. And exhale the hand down, change sides. Moving forward and back. We're just waking up. Maybe you've been sitting a lot today. And starting to move the body, stretching out the bigger muscles around the hips and the lower back and the hamstring. Left knee right on top of the heel. Tuck the back toes under. Reach back. Long, strong line of energy through your whole spine. And then take a twist. Open up. Spreading out chest and collarbones. You can let your head hang heavier. You might look up at the ceiling. Feel what feels better to you. You're kind of looking up and following the top hand. You can open up your chest even more that way if it feels good. And then let the hand come down, bring the back knee down. Let's go into downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift your hips, and you'll walk it out. Bend one knee and then the other, feeling the stretch across your upper back. And the backs of the legs all the way down to the bottoms of the feet, the Achilles tendon, the backs of the toes. And then your right leg goes up. And take a little time here, bend the knee. You can do this on all fours if you don't want to be in downward dog for this. Circle out to your hip. Circle in both directions. And we're going to turn on the core here. You can absolutely do this from all fours. Reach your right leg straight back. Exhale, hug the knee into the chest. Pull the belly in. Inhale, reach back. Waking up your abdominal muscles. Pull the knee into the chest, nose to the knee. Inhale, reach back. One more time, bring that knee into your chest. And take the leg back and put it down. Left leg goes up. Inhale. Bend the knee and circle it up. Head and neck are relaxed. You can always come out of this if you need to at any time. You can also do this on all fours. Circle in the opposite direction. And reach the leg back. Exhale, hug the knee into the chest, nose to the knee, pull the belly in. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, hug it in. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, hug it in. Take it back. Feet down, bring your knees down, sink back into child's pose. Your knees wide, your big toes touching. Let your forehead rest on the mat. And relax your upper back. And deepen your breath. All right, walk your hands in. We'll turn around, lay down on the back. We're going into abdominal work. You want your block in grabbing distance. We'll be doing a variation of bridge with that block. Let's start abs, as always, with elbow to knee. It's just such a great abdominal. To protect your lower back, start with your feet down. If you want, you can have your feet also on a wall, and you can also take your legs straight up. Those are great lower back variations. Clasp your hands behind your head. Inhale, head and shoulder blades up. Feel your lower back press down. Curl just the tailbone up. Exhale, twist to the left and straighten your right leg. And pull the lower belly down towards the spine. Inhale, come back to center. Press lower back down. Curl the tailbone up. Exhale, twist to the right. Straighten your left leg and pull the belly down. Inhale, come back to center. Breathe the lower back down into the mat. Curl the tailbone up. Exhale, twist left, straighten right leg. Pull the belly down. Inhale, come back to center. Breathe into your lower back. Curl your tailbone up. Exhale, twist to the right, straighten the left leg. Pull the belly down. Inhale, come back to center. Let's flex the feet this time. Curl the tailbone up. Exhale, twist to the left, straighten your right leg out and push through the heel as you pull the belly down. Inhale, come back to center. Breathe into lower back. Curl the tailbone up. Exhale, twist right, straighten left leg, flex the foot, push through the heel, pull the belly down. Do one more on your own. You can flex the foot or not, up to you. Just trying to add a different feeling in here. Inhale. And exhale. And release. Hug your knees into your chest. Twisted root abdominals. Take your left thigh, wrap it around the right, similar to when we were sitting a moment ago. Keep your knees over your hips. You could put your foot, your right foot, on the wall or on like a dresser or a coffee table if you need to support your back or if it just pulls on your hip points. All right, squeeze the legs together. Inhale, head and shoulder blades up. Press lower back down. Exhale, squeeze the legs, squeeze the sit bone. Send your knees up, pull the lower belly down. Inhale, rest your head into your hands. Exhale, scoop the tailbone up, squeeze the inner thighs, squeeze the sit bones, pull the belly down. Inhale, rest your head into your hands. Breathe into your lower back. Exhale, curl the tailbone up, pull the belly down. Two more. Now release. We're going to take a twist. Keep your legs like this. Let your head come down. Let your knees fall to the side. Just help release the lower back for a breath here. You might shift your gaze out to the left side. Unwind your legs first, then come back to center. Cross your right thigh over the left. Squeeze the legs together. Clasp your hands behind your head, elbows straight up towards ceiling. Inhale, head and shoulder blades up. Press the lower back down. Exhale, curl the tailbone up. Squeeze the sit bone, squeeze the inner thigh. Send the knees up. Pull the belly down. Inhale, rest your head into your hands. Breathe into lower back. Exhale, curl tailbone up. Squeeze sit bone, squeeze inner thigh. Send the knees up. Pull the belly down. 3 more on your own. Last one. And release. Let the knees this time go out to the left. Breathe deeply into this twist. Feel the whole length of your spine and how the twisted legs increase the twist around the right side of your lower back. And breathe in there. Unwind your legs, come onto your back, set up for bridge. We're going over the bridge for 2 different over the block, over the bridge. Bridge over a block with 2 leg variations. So you want your heels lined underneath your knees. You don't necessarily have to touch your heels. My body, that works for me a little bit, but it doesn't work for everybody. We all have different size arms, torsos, legs. It just doesn't make sense to do. It's not one size fits all. What you want to feel is that your calf muscles are pressing down into your heel. Your heels are underneath your knees for support. Your knees should not be challenged. Your feet are not forward or back. They're right underneath the knees. All right. So grab your block and put your block underneath your sacrum at whatever height is going to feel really good to you today. It might be a nice stretch, or it could just be just a mellow lift. Even the shortest or the smallest height will work for this. Step your left foot towards center, hug your right knee into your chest. And as you hug the leg in, you might take your left leg and reach it out and let that leg hover above the floor. And relax your shoulders and your neck. And just breathing into this opening. So this is like an upside down lunge in a way. It's a shape that we've already put into the body. We're just accentuating it. Now you're going to take that right leg up. Your left foot has come back down to the floor if you took it up. And then any amount, go for any kind of a split here. You might want to reach that left leg long again. Right leg going towards right shoulder. Maybe that right knee needs to bend. Maybe you bend and straighten a few times. All right, from here, second leg variation. Bring your right foot down and pull the foot gently back. Hold your right foot with your right hand. Pull the top of the foot back. You go into Virasana is the name of this shape in Sanskrit. It's really because it's the name of hero's pose, Virasana, where you sit on your heels. So that's why this leg, that's what it's called. But really what it is, the back foot is flat, the foot's pulled back, so you get a quad stretch and a hip flexor stretch. And don't worry about having to put the foot flat, or if you get a cramp, just come out of it. And it's fine, just pull the foot back and as far as it'll go with no pain, and you can have your toes tucked under here. This can just be a really nice way to open up the leg, the quad. Let's take 2 more full breaths here. All right, changing it up. Let's go to the second side. You're going to hug your left knee into your chest and stretch your right leg out away from you. You can put the right foot back down if you lifted it up, and your left leg can go up. And just feel the support of this. How does this feel? You can bring that left leg any amount closer to the left shoulder. And you can also, if you want, straighten the right leg. Remember, I'm really flexible, so this kind of stuff feels really good to me. You have to find your way. Modify as much as you need, okay? So you have to do what really suits you and meet yourself where you are, moment to moment, day to day, and allow your practice to be what it is, because that's truly how you advance in the practice. And that is an advanced practice, meeting yourself where you are. Let's go into Virasana. Put the foot down and gently pull the left foot back. So you get that quad stretch. There's a little psoas, hip flexor opening here. Two more very deep breaths, just allowing for the front of the body to be this open. Maybe that feels exposing to you, but hopefully you can get some good breath into the upper chest and the whole front of the body. Feel the chain of muscles from your chest down to your knee on that left side. And then release. Plant both feet firmly, lift up off of the block, remove the block, and as you lower down, stretch your spine into length. So the lower back is the last thing to come down, and you'll roll to your side. Use your hands, and let's come all the way up to stand. And we'll move together through some sun salutations. You can pad your knees, of course, if you need to. And you can do any sun salutations that work. I'll talk to you through the first couple of these. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Lunge, take the right knee back and put it down. Inhale, reach up. Hands down. Step back to plank. Exhale, lower down. Low cobra, inhale. Exhale, all the way back to downward facing dog. Lunge, right foot forward between your hands. Left knee down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands down. Step up to the front of the mat. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Lunge, left knee back and down. Inhale, reach up. Hands down, step back to plank. Exhale, lower. Low cobra, inhale. Exhale back, downward dog. Lunge, left foot forward, right knee down. Inhale. Hands down. Step up to the front of your mat. Inhale, come up. All right, two more on your own. You can opt to lift the knee up. I'll start you off. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. The right foot goes back. You can keep the knee up, come into high lunge. Up to you, knee up or down. And continuing on your breath. You can always put the knees down first, or you can start to lower down with the legs straight if that works on your body. Inhale. It's the right foot that comes forward. Same foot that you took back is the one that comes forward. Great way to remember it. It's not like a rule. There's no reason. It's just a good way to remember. Last one, go left first. All right, come on up. Let's add in some standing poses and shoulder opening variations. Bend your knees, lower your hips, come into chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Step back to plank. Exhale, coming down, adding in upward facing dog or stay with cobra. Bring your right foot forward into warrior two. We'll do warrior two with archer arms. So this is where you might take a strap and you'll pat yourself on the back with your right hand, drop the strap down, grab onto the strap, clothing, or your fingers. And deepen the bend into your front knee. Relax your shoulders down. Spread the elbows wide and then feel that your spine's in one line. The hips are level. You're really turning on the back leg and the front leg. You might lift and spread your toes, then put them back down. Keep that solid arch lifting. If it helps you with your toes lifted, try that today. From here, reverse warrior. Reach your arms out and head on back into reverse warrior. I like to put my hand on the lower back. If you have a tight neck today, you could take neck release like this, or stay in the side bend. Use your top arm to bring yourself up and slide into extended warrior with a chest opener variation. So your right forearm is on the thigh, left arm, the palm is facing forward, your arm is in line with your chest. The shoulder, right shoulder's down away from your ears, and open the chest and the heart. You can feel free to lean into this any amount that feels good. So you're hopefully getting a left side of chest, left collarbone stretch. From here, hands down. Step back to plank. Let's do upward dog or cobra one more time. And meet in downward facing dog. You'll step your left foot forward into warrior two with archer arms. Left elbow is the top elbow. Pat yourself on the back. Make that bind. And deepen the bend in your front knee. Deeper, longer breaths. Release, reach your arms out. And exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, come up. Exhale, light rest of left forearm on the thigh, chest opener. Right arm, palm faces forward. Your right arm is down a few inches from the shoulder line. Let your head hang. Open up the chest and the collarbone. Release. Put your hands down. Step back to plank and lay down on your belly. Shalabhasana or boat pose. You'll lift each leg up and slightly rotate the top of the thigh inward. Top of the thigh rotates in. It's an internal rotation. It should help open up your lower back. Palms face up. Inhale, lift the feet, lift the hands, lift the heart. Then come up, reach strongly back through your legs, through the toes, spread them out. Shoulders down, opening up the chest. And exhale, come down and back to downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward. Let's come into Eagle Warrior One. Right foot forward into Warrior One. So now you're going to face the short edge of your mat. Put your left elbow on top of the right into Eagle. You want to lift your elbows and move your arm bones. So the arm bones, they're not close in by your face. Move them away. And this whole thing arches up and back. The elbows are just higher than your shoulders. Lift your heart. And breathe into that whole opening across your upper back, chest, lifted. Spine is long, so check in with your right hip, pull it back, let outer left hip move forward. All right, release, reach the arms out, inhale. Exhale, come into a twist. Left elbow to the right thigh. Release. Put your back knee down on some padding. Lunge, bringing the heel into the butt. So your heel comes in, and you can stand up if this is hard to do in a lunge. So look at how much I'm back bending. You don't need to do that. You don't necessarily want to. Soften the front ribs and lift up your chest. You can let your hips sink. And then as you lengthen your sacrum and lower back down, maybe you get even more stretch across that hip flexor that we already stretched in bridge. Release. Put your hands down. Step back to plank. Come down onto your belly. Lift the legs up. You can internally rotate. So you turn the toes slightly inward and then do the other leg. You'll just feel it in your lower back. Should open up the sacrum. Relax your head, but you're not hanging the head heavy. So you're looking somewhere straight ahead of you. Actually, not straight ahead, forward and down a little bit, like a foot or two in front of your mat. Lift the hands, lift the feet, lift the heart. And release. Head on back to downward dog. Warrior one with eagle arms. Bring your right elbow on top of the left. Really press into the outer edge of your back foot and bring your right hip forward. All right, release. Inhale your right arm up. Exhale, take the right elbow to the left thigh. Fist with the bottom hand, flat hand on top of it. Open up the chest. Release. Put your back knee down, pat it. Lunge, bringing the heel into the butt for a quad stretch. Or standing, holding the foot for a quad stretch. All right, release. Step back, come down onto your belly. You have options. Dhanurasana, which is bow pose. You're grabbing a hold of your ankles and you're gonna open up this way. If that doesn't work, do what we just did, legs straight, clasping the hands. Pick one, 5 breaths. You're gonna kick the shins back, open up your chest, keep the back of the neck long. What I mean by that is you're not looking up, that strains the back of the neck, you're not hanging your head forward, it's too much on the neck. And release. Let's head back to downward facing dog. Warrior two, triangle pose. Step your right foot forward. I love triangle. Straighten that front leg, send your right sit bone back. Both legs are straight, hand on the shin or hand on the block. You can take the top arm up. You might open up into another chest opener. I'm feeling like taking a neck release, so I'm gonna take my top arm, reach it up and over, hold the base of my skull, and then I'm gonna look right into my armpit, kind of like, is pretty much the gaze. So you're looking straight up, but your head's in your armpit. It's super fun. Lengthens out the spine. You send your crown of the head in the direction of the front of your mat. All right, release out of that. We're coming into half moon, so you might want your block to go with you. Coming up to balance. And I hyperextended my knees, so I always have to really bend the standing knee. See, this is me hyperextending. You see, that's crazy. You really want a nice straight leg. So what I'm doing, for those of you that do hyperextend, soften the knee, right knee, and lift the kneecap up. And you can hold the top foot like I'm doing, you don't have to. From here, take a vertical split. You can have your hands on the block, hands on the floor, balance. You might play with bringing your hands to your chest in prayer and balance that way. All right, let's step down, come onto your knees, camel pose. Baby camel, we're gonna keep the hands on the lower back. Knees are hip distance apart. You can put a block between your inner thighs to get your inner thighs turned on. Or another thing to do is put it back here, this width, like that, between your ankles. All right, and squeeze the ankles. Squeeze the inner thighs, squeeze the ankles, hands on your lower back, press down into the shins. Lift your chest, lift your heart, opening up. Don't go any deeper, any further than this. All right. Okay, let's go into second side. From downward facing dog, step your left foot forward and you're going into triangle pose. Left hand on the shin. All right, from here, half moon. Vertical split, play with balance. If you did on the other side, go ahead and try it here. All right, from here, we're gonna step down. This time, camel pose. we will go to the heels if that is accessible for you and your body. So you start with the hands on the lower back, press down into the shins, move your pubic bone forward, lift the ribs. So see how I did that? I'm not here, that's what everybody does. Lift the kidneys up. So you go up, up, up before you ever go back. And then if it's accessible, you bring your hands to your heels. It doesn't have to happen. You could have blocks. If you have 2 blocks by your feet, you could grab onto those blocks. 5 breaths. Maybe the hands are on the feet. Maybe the toes are tucked under to lift your heels up a little higher. Let's release out of that. All right. We're going to do one more series. Come into downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward. Keep your back knee, back heel up, going into lunge. All right. So staying here in this lunge, clasp your hands behind your back. Micro bend your left knee. Turn on back of the left thigh and the hamstring. Send the knuckles down. Lift your chest and your heart. And you go into this lunge back bend variation. Heart lifts. Knuckles go down. It's challenging. I'm having trouble balancing. That might be true for you. All right, from here, we're going to come up into warrior 3. Release the clasp of the hands, but keep your arms by your side. And warrior 3, you balance on your right leg and make a capital letter T with your body. So this is like those opening poses that we did, boat shalabhasana, laying on the belly. It's the same thing, only now you're balancing on one leg, so it's harder, but the same shape in the upper body. So can you move your chest even further forward? Reach back through your toes, your left toes and the fingertips. Twisting triangle. Put your left hand down on a block or on the mat, and then twist your body. Your body stays in that capital letter T shape. And maybe you take your right hand to the left foot. Find it wherever it is. Release. Hands down. Let's watch that through with a vinyasa, upward dog, or a cobra. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Lunge with the back knee up and the hands clasped. Micro bend your right knee firm, back of the right thigh. Oh, draw the knuckles down, lift the chest and the heart. Keep a deep bend in your front knee. All right, from here, warrior 3, arms by your side. Reach the chest forward. Right hand down, twist to the left. Twisting triangle, Twisting half moon. Sorry, I don't know what I called it on the other side. This is twisting half moon. And then here's a variation. Pavrita Ardha Chipasana. Fine if that leg is just straight, not even just, because this is a big, big posture. Let's come to stand. All right, last thing we're gonna do, let's play with dancer pose. Standing and balancing, take your right hand to the right foot. You can always use a wall to steady yourself. You could stand facing the wall and put your front hand on the wall. I'm gonna turn sideways so you can see me. Right hand to the right foot, inside of the right foot, thumb side up. We'll release. Let's go to the second side. Release. One last thing. Squeeze a block between your thighs. Standing back bend. This is just to help release the lower back. Squeeze the block, bend your knees, and then press into your heels and lengthen your tailbone down. Your hands are on the lower back like camel. You're gonna lift the chest, lift the heart, and this should feel good on your back. Release out of that. Stand in horse stance, heels in, toes out, and get down deep. And let's take a twist. Take your, I'm not mirroring you, right shoulder over to the left. Back to center and twist the other way. All right, come back to center, side bend. Second side. Release. Fold forward, turn the toes so they're now pointing straight ahead. And you're just gonna take a full forward fold. Then let your head go. Shake it yes and no. You might grab your ankles, you might slide fingertips underneath the outer edges of your feet, and then pulling up on the feet that draws you into it and drag your shoulders up, but feel free to do whatever works. 5 breaths here. All right, release. Let's come on down to all fours. We're going into twisting lunge. I'm going to pad my knee. Left knee on padding, right foot forward. Square off your lunge, twisting lunge with the knee down. Inhale your left arm up. And exhale. Bring your left elbow to the right thigh. You might come down a little deeper, get the armpit down there, opening up the arms. All right, release. Shimmy your front foot forward and fold over the straight front leg. Your hips are going straight back. So interesting. I'm really bowing forward from my rib cage. You want to lengthen your spine as much as you can. Yeah, there you go. Release. Pigeon. Forward fold. If pigeon forward fold doesn't work for you, you could do double pigeon, or you can lay down on your back and take back release. 5 breaths, whatever you choose. Feel your breath slowing down, and maybe you return to that deep inhale through the nose and an exhale through the mouth. Make sound. You're in your own space. You can always do that. Maybe it's a sigh, maybe it's a hiss, a roar, or just a blah. All right, come on up. Head back to downward facing dog. Take 5 breaths here in downward dog, or you could do the child's pose for 5 breaths. Try to not fix, just stay in the pose. I'm telling myself that as much as I'm telling you that. All right, coming out of that. Second side. Put your left foot forward, pad the right knee, twisting lunge. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale, twist. Folding over straight front leg, Ardha Hanumanasana. All right, release and come into pigeon, forward fold, or whatever suits you. All right, come on up. Bring your back leg around. Let's go into a seated twist. Put your right foot to the outside of the left knee. And we'll take a twist. Inhale the left arm up. Exhale, twist to the right. Release. Let's go to the second side. Left foot to the outside of the right knee. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale, twist. Release. Extend your legs out in front of you. You can draw the flesh out so you're really feeling your sit bones in the mat, your butt's behind you, hip points as close as they can be to the tops of the thighs. Push your feet away from you like you're pressing into an imaginary wall. Walk your hands down. As you're walking the hands down, pull backwards and draw your chest forward. And keep doing that, breathing your way into your deepest expression of a forward fold. Your chest moving towards the shins, not the head, the chest. And breathe here. All right, release. Come on up. Lay down on your back. We're going to go into a twist. So, twist of your choice.